Okay, welcome to today's video devotional. Today we are going to be sharing a devotional out of my book, There Is a God. This is my husband Gary, by the way. And this is our dog Brando. You'll hear all about him in the story, so I won't take time to explain too much. But the story out of this devotional is called Top Dog. President Woodrow Wilson said, "If a dog will not come to you after having looked you in the face, you should go home and examine your conscience." I love dogs. I always have. We have several dogs when I was growing up, and currently our family has 3 dogs, 2 German Shepherds, this guy right here named Brando, and his son Buddy, and a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel named Basher. We love the movie Homeward Bound. We hate the movie Old Yeller, sadistically watch my dog skip and cry our eyes out at the end, and have no desire whatsoever to see Marley and me. We all love dogs, but, we love all of our dogs, but Brando here, he is the favorite. We got him when he was 6 weeks old, and our boys were 6 years old and 3 years old. They've grown up together. As a result, Brando's protective shepherding instincts have led him to believe that he is in charge of the boys. He's watched over them faithfully for 10 years. He's run alongside them on their bicycles, played football and baseball for hours on end, fought other dogs that he felt were a threat to the boys, and guarded them from danger while they trekked through the woods behind the house. Brando knows that he is the alpha male. The only person who he regards as his superior is you, my husband Gary, because Gary trained him, disciplined him, and he feeds him. As a result, Brando obeys Gary's every command. He obeys me too when he feels like it. If I tell him to do something that he doesn't particularly want to do, it takes me and at least one of my teenage boys to push and pull him where we want him to go. Unless he wants to, he doesn't obey the boys at all because he believes that he's in charge of them, not the other way around. One day, my boys, Gary II, who was 7 at the time, and Alexander, who was 4, were playing outside. Brando was with them, so I wasn't too concerned about their whereabouts because I could look out the kitchen window and see the cul-de-sac where they were playing. I glanced outside and I saw Alexander, but I didn't see Gary, so I thought that he may have gone around to the backyard. When I didn't see him the next time that I looked out, I decided to check on him. I opened up the front door, and Brando and Alexander were sitting on the front steps. It was odd to me that Brando was not with Gary since he wasn't inside of the house. I called Gary several times and didn't get a response. I was becoming concerned. I asked Alexander where his brother was, and he didn't know. After another minute had gone by without a sign of my oldest son, I looked down at the dog and asked, "Brando, where is Gare?" His ears went up and he kept looking from me to the cul-de-sac, then around the yard and back to me. I asked him again, "Brando, where is Gare?" This time, he got up and started running. He ran directly across the street to the neighbor's house and stood barking at their front door. I thought, could he possibly know where Gary is? Brando wouldn't stop barking and whining at the neighbor's door, so I went inside and called him. "Is Gary at your house?" I asked. "Yeah, he's downstairs playing video games with our son," my neighbor replied. Amazing. This dog knew where my son was. His instincts as protector of all that belonged to his master had taken over. His loyalty and sense of duty had proven valuable to me that day. It also cemented Brando's position as top dog in our family. Captain Max von Stephanitz is credited with breeding the first German Shepherd from other shepherding and breeding dogs in 1899. Further years of breeding have made the German Shepherd the loyal, protective, intelligent animal that it is today. I'm thankful that God gave Captain von Stephanitz the idea of hybridizing a dog breed that 103 years later kept watch over my sons. It doesn't shake my faith in God one bit to give a human being credit for coming up with a new dog breed. God had to create dogs at some time for the captain to have a couple to use in his breeding program. The captain didn't create a dog. He didn't speak the dog into existence. He simply used materials already available to make something new. That's all that human beings can do. We can make some really cool stuff, but we can't create anything out of nothing. That is God's territory. Only He has the ability to create an animal. Brando is 87 years old now in dog years, and he is slowed down. He's content to let his son Buddy do the roughhousing and game playing with the boys. He gets up a little slower when the weather is cold, so he gets to sleep inside now on most winter nights. As I watch him now, I breathe a prayer of thanks to God for creating this animal who's been a trusted friend, faithful protector, and member of our family. Brando reminds me there is a God. Father, thank you for creating animals that you knew would be special to your children. You made these creatures for our enjoyment and pleasure because you love us. Help me to be reminded of your love for me when I take the time to truly see and ponder creation. Let creation show me your majesty, and may I always reverence you as creator. Amen. He is the top dog.